wanted to clarify my response. I was basing it off of, why would you need her permission to swab your baby's mouth?
Because it's legal in some states to get it without her permission.
Yeah, like what the
Is
hell?
what now?
It
I'm
is
sorry.
illegal in certain states and cities to without both parents' consent to get a DNA test. That's what I was saying about it's not consistent across the board. There's
Okay,
certain
see,
states
that
you can
part,
go.
see,
Yeah.
that was information for me to, so that's why I wanted to clarify. So in what I thought was the paternity test, I know that they do have swabs online that you could swab the baby mouth. It doesn't hurt the child. It's just a simple swab. And my thing is, why would you have to ask somebody to swab your baby's mouth? Like, why do you have to have this person's permission to swab your baby's mouth?
Well,
so I was thinking of it as,
we
if
don't
you
know if it's your baby yet.
But if she has you in there, that means she's saying it is your baby, right? So if you could take on that ownership, okay, if it's my baby, I should be able to move as the father of this child. So I have equal rights to my child, like you have rights, right? Because she can make decisions about the kid too. So I'm moving from that standpoint. This is the father. He has the same rights that I have. His say is no different from my say. So if he feels with his child, when he has his child in his possession, just wants to swab the kid's mouth. It's not harming the kid for his own self.
Shane, why you acting like?
Let me finish.
Why you acting like y'all breed of women? Don't be like, hell no, you go get a court order. You better go get some paperwork before you touch. Even if it's his kid.
Darwin, can I please finish? And I promise I will answer your question within that. As I was about to say was, thank you, Jeff. I did not know that it was not legal. So now it does make sense, because if she has to know, that changes everything. I did not know that she had to know. I was under the impression that if it's your child and it's a simple swap, you had the decision to do that. But thank you. So because of that information that was shared with me, I can understand your stance on it. Thank you.
It's definitely based on the state and jurisdiction. And there's actually, I want to say a week ago, there was a bill. I have to find it. There was a bill that was trying to be introduced to ban paternity testing. So yeah, we are in an environment where things have so overcorrected and skewed. You now have a demographic of men that's feeling stuck because a huge percentage of the other half of the population either doesn't care, isn't interested, sees it as a benefit for them and doesn't want to give it up, or they're sympathetic, but they don't know the next logical steps of how can we kind of come beside you and kind of support you guys. So,
would I be wrong? Would I be wrong if I said Cheyenne is an example of the side that doesn't show interest in these particular things? Therefore, she didn't know that it was a law preventing the man from swabbing it because of her position on these things in a biased way.
We all have things that we don't know. But when we receive new information, now we get to reflect, reevaluate, even look into it further. That's what happens. She hadn't heard that information before.
Right, but that wasn't my question. But I get what you're saying. But I'm saying, like, before she got the new information, like there's information about this stuff that's critical to the whole reason why men are getting dragged or disproportionately put through the system because of these matters. And the reason why a lot of women don't know about this little fundamental thing that you can't just go up there and swab the kid is based on the reason that maybe they don't even have any interest on peeling back the layers to figure out all the things that's preventing this man from rightfully finding out whether this kid is not. It's no interest in. So they're not going to go and peel back the layers to figure out if there is any law preventing them, period.
It's going to sound, Shayna, I'll let you speak in a second. What Shayna, the process of what we just had is actually a human thing. There's a whole host of things that women will report and say that that's a unique concern to them. And it usually takes a man kind of being sat down, or it happening to his daughter or happening to his mother, for him to start to gain much more understanding of what certain things that women have to go through. So I don't look at it as a unique thing from the female population as much as it's probably a human thing. And unless we have conversations like these, or someone who's intentionally choosing to try to share a particular side, but communicating in a way where people can receive it, it makes sense, where it's not until something like this happens where they're like, oh, I didn't know. So yeah, I don't look at it as like a female thing or black woman thing or anything like that. I think it's like there's a whole host of things that's unique challenges to black women that a whole bunch of black men make it very clear they're not interested in. They're not interested in knowing. They're not interested in learning. I'll give you an example. Interracial relationships. A lot of black people, men and women, have their views and attitudes about it by default. They just feel how they feel about it, right? They either support of it or they're not. They may be on the Dr. Umar types where they think they're a race traitor and all this other stuff, and he hates his mother and that he hates black women. And me, and other friends of mine who have dated all women of all over the place, it's always interesting to hear how people talk about something they've never done and never been a part of. And they just have these certain assumptions. And then when we sit down, when we talk, and they start, yo, you dated a Belarusian before? Yo, you dated a Brazilian? Oh, okay. What was going on with that? Didn't hate black women. Don't hate my mom. Got a great relationship. She was just here 2 days ago. Like, and what you realize is like once we have those breakdown conversations and those walls come down, people's perspectives change. But unless the conversation was allowed to happen, it makes sense why people just have the views that they do until they receive more information. So that's just how I see it.
So I wanted to ask about the point you made about communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a serious disconnect. We all realize that, right? So in your opinion, what do you think that men could possibly be doing wrong, and vice versa, of course, to why we always miss each other, why we can't have a civil conversation sometimes, why don't we come to a conclusion, why can't we come to solutions, what are we missing?
Well, okay, so for starters, with women, I'll start with women. With women, they struggle with trying to project the way in which they relate with each other onto the men that they're talking to and trying to do life with. So as an example, they will talk to their girlfriends about all kind of different things about work, and so-and-so did this, and a lot of times they will talk about issues, but just the nature of talking about the issue is a bonding experience for them, where it's like a connecting thing for them. Them bringing up issues and talking about problems with their girlfriends is not usually about bringing it up so that you can help give me an answer to solve it. Men's way of communicating is the opposite. If I'm actually bringing something up, it's solely for the purpose of how I need help with resolving this. Women feel better talking about the situation, and sometimes it will often kind of work itself out. Men, if they are going to bring it up, it's because they want an answer. So when men are being forced into treatment, forced into therapy, and we've been talking about this for the last 4 weeks, it's like, what's the point of this? The wife or the girlfriend or the woman, I've seen her for the last 6 months, and she's never running out of stuff to talk about. And she feels connected, she feels heard, she feels validated, and he keeps coming in feeling like my problem isn't getting solved. And if he feels like the answers to his problems get solved or fixed, he feels better. For her, it's actually not always about whether her actual problem, if anything actually happened with it. It's about when I'm talking about it, can you at least understand how I'm feeling in this moment? So when men don't understand that, and when women don't understand that, they're now trying to force the other to conform. So when a guy says, can you stop nagging? Why I got to hear about everything? Why can't you just do this? He doesn't get it. When she's like, I can't ever talk to you about this, and that, they have to figure out a way of compromise to do this dance so that they can be, so that they can kind of do life well together. It's not about the only way me and my wife are going to do well, me and my girlfriend are going to do well, is if she only bring up issues that I can solve. Nah, sometimes she just want to talk. Sometimes she just want to bond. On the flip side with him, when the men are bringing up their issues and women say they're not good communicators, they don't this, they don't that, because when they do try to communicate, if you're trying to pushed the conversation in a direction he didn't intend. Now if it's all about now how you feeling, he may have needed that moment. He doesn't need that check-in every day. Or he brings up an issue he's having in the relationship or with her, and she does reverse psychology and flips it on him. And now she's upset. She's upset about the thing that he was upset about that he brought up to her. And now before you know it, he's apologizing when he was the one who had the issue. Once you learn that dance and you both sides kind of stop doing the things that they know is kind of exacerbating the issue, communication styles actually start to integrate and improve significantly. I don't know if Trev, that answered your question.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Man, that dude was lost after 5 minutes of your. No, I'm just kidding. Trev, a good lesson.